Welcome to the Fit Dad Nation podcast, forging strong fathers and raising a stronger generation. It's time to get up or shut up with your host, Steve Roy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Steve Roy here, host of the Fit Dad Nation podcast. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you listening. We've got something big coming up, and I want to share that with you today. It is August 3rd today, so it's Tuesday. On Monday, the 9th, so 6 days from now, we are starting our annual Project 45 Transformation Challenge. So we've done this a couple times in the past. Both times had phenomenal results with guys dropping a bunch of weight, a bunch of fat, inches, getting stronger, getting leaner, and really more so creating really consistent habits. So some of you may be familiar with the 75 Hard Challenge. We actually did it in our group last year as well. This is kind of, I won't say an easier version, but it's not quite as strict as the 75 Hard, but this is a no cheat challenge, meaning the diet that you're on, whatever that may be, you are not to cheat. So depending on what you choose, if you choose a keto diet, all non-keto foods are cheating. So the beauty of this type of challenge is it really forces compliance, and long term, I'm not a big fan of going super strict or, cutting out all the things that you love, because I just don't think it works long term. But in the short term, in this case, a month and a half, it works tremendously well for getting a jump start going, dropping a bunch of weight, and starting to feel good about yourself. And so we're getting ready to kick this off. 6 days from now, we go. And so here's the deal. We start with 4 things every day to do. And as you guys know, if you've been following me for any length of time, I honestly believe that simple is better. So simplicity, just focusing on the basics. I don't pitch fancy products, programs, gizmos, gadgets. I keep it simple because I honestly believe that's what works, and that's how I train. And so here's the 4 things that you have to do to be part of this challenge. Number 1, you pick a diet and stick with it. Again, it doesn't matter. It could be something as simple as avoiding fast food and soda for 45 days. That could be your diet. It could be counting your macros, could be hitting a certain protein goal, or it could be, a paleo diet or a Mediterranean diet or whatever. Just make sure that it's healthy and sustainable, okay? And then your goal is to not cheat. Number 2, follow a workout program. So in the challenge itself, I provide a full strength and conditioning program. You will be training 7 days a week, and you're not going to be overtraining because they're shorter. The workouts are on the shorter side, so you don't have to worry about overdoing it. You're going to be fine. And so I've put together an entire program for you to follow. Videos, everything's laid out for you. You just follow the program. If you want to do your own, that's fine too, but you will be training every single day. Number 3, you will do a daily mobility session. And this is something that's, it's pretty small, but it really does have a huge impact on your overall health, well-being, and really your movement. So I just turned 50. Had I not been doing mobility for the last, let's call it year to 2 years, I'm sure I wouldn't be feeling the same way I feel right now. And I think the mobility that I do has played a huge role in how I move and how I feel. So this is something that just can't be overstated, the importance of spending even 5-10 minutes just doing your mobility work, whether it's yoga or dedicated mobility drills. I've got a bunch of pre-done video workouts for you to follow along with. You can certainly use your own, but you'll be doing daily mobility. And then lastly, you're going to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. So 200-pound guy, 100 ounces. So those are the 4 things you have to hit. And again, nothing crazy to do. These are very basic things, but this particular challenge, it's all about compliance and consistency and committing 100%, because just like with the 75 Hard, if you've done that before, if you miss anything on any given day, you start over at day 1, and that sucks. I had to do it. I think I was on day 17 or so. I forgot to take a progress photo on the 75 Hard and just had to start over. Yeah, and it sucked, but that's the beauty of these types of challenge, right? They're not for everybody, but for those that are ready to commit and go all in, this is perfect. I'm going to invite you to join us. The cost is $197 for 45 days. You'll be given access to the full challenge guide. I have some bonus guides for you to help you along the way, as well as we're going to have weekly live Zoom calls. And this is huge, guys. So during our last challenge, the guys that made the most progress, and actually the guy that won the actual challenge, was on I think he was on every single Zoom call we had. And it's really powerful tool, and a lot of guys kind of shy away from getting on video, or hey, I don't know anybody, or I don't know what I have to offer or what I have to say, and so they don't show up. And I can tell you that's a mistake, and I really want you to think about that. If you're going to join this challenge, I want you to get engaged, and you're going to meet some guys, and we're just a bunch of regular dudes. No one's here to judge. Definitely not me. So it's a great tool to kind of get to know your brothers and just realize that we're all doing this shit together, right? We're all going through this together. We're all trying to get better, and this including me. I'm doing this challenge myself because I've let myself slide. I've shared this in my past couple of shows where I've really struggled personally for months now, and I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things, and this is something that I need as well. So I'm going to be adhering to this challenge with you guys. So really important stuff. We're also going to be doing daily Facebook Lives. I've actually never done this as part of a challenge, but I really want to put myself out there and just offer a bunch of value to guys and just answer questions, get in there, help you with your specific goals, because it's really important to know that you're not alone and to have somebody there to answer all the questions, even the little ones, right? And I don't want anybody to worry about, oh, well, that's a stupid question or whatever. It's all about just getting better one day at a time. And you guys know I've been doing this for a long time, and my goal is really just to help you with this and honestly just do the best you can. So we're going to have that, and then you'll be given an accountability partner, someone that you can check in with every day. And we have, of course, a tracking sheet in the Facebook group, because it's important to obviously see and be able to quantify what you're doing every single day. And so you'll have a sheet that you need to check off every day with your 4 tasks. And, we've done this many times in different challenges, and it works really well. Other guys can see what you're doing. You kind of put yourself out there, and it's an accountability tool, and it's huge. Accountability is huge. If we don't think anybody's watching, or we know nobody's watching, then, who gives a shit if you don't do it? And that's what I don't want to have happen. And so that's the beauty of it. There's a bunch of ways you can handle this as far as how you go into the challenge. You're more than welcome to incorporate your own stuff. You can use intermittent fasting. You can use your own strategies to help you lose weight. But I do want you to put yourself out there and share what you're going to be doing as far as your diet. I'm happy to help anybody that joins this challenge with whatever particular diet they're doing. Of course, I'm not an expert in every diet, but I'm glad to do my homework and research and help you the best I can. If you need to figure out your what you should be eating for calories, I'm here to help you with that. So at the end of the day, it's really just about making some big changes. Again, this is only 45 days. I know it sounds like it's a long challenge, but I mean it's only a month and a half, really. And it's gonna be rough in the beginning, and that's okay. Right? You're not used to doing these 4 things every day, probably. If you are, you may not need this challenge, but if you're struggling, this is a great place to start. You're going to be getting a lot of coaching, a lot of value. You're going to be around some like-minded guys doing the same things that you are. And at the end of the day, it's about, number 1, creating a healthier, consistently healthier lifestyle. Sticking to whatever healthy eating program you're going to be doing. I mean, honestly, ask yourself, when's the last time you stuck with anything for 45 days? I mean, every single day, something healthy as far as daily dedicated training, 45 days in a row. Eating a really, really clean, healthy diet for 45 days in a row, right? Drinking enough water 45 days in a row. I mean, I could go on. There's a million things that we could add to this challenge, but I wanted to keep it really simple. We've done different challenges over the years from, that include all kinds of lifestyle factors, but these 4 here, very important. And I'd love to be able to help you reach your goals, whatever they may be. And again, I'm going to share the link here again. It is fitdadnation.com/project45. That's the link. You can check out the page here that's going to kind of walk you through what you get, what it's all about, and you can decide if it's for you or not. But just keep in mind that this is not for guys who aren't able or willing to commit to all 45 days and get after it. And I know that's a big ask. I get it. We're all busy dads. We all have lives, sports, kids. I mean, we're busy guys. But I've seen what something like this can do, and I've seen this particular challenge do extremely well. And so don't join it if you're on the fence or you don't think you can give it your all, because I'm not here just to collect a few dollars and then, you're gone and I don't ever see you again. I want guys that are ready to go, that know they need to change and are ready to get after it and also invest a little bit in themselves, right? One of the main reasons I don't make these challenges either free or super cheap is because there's just no value in that. There's no value in someone joining a challenge that's $27 because, the first sign of resistance, they'll quit. I've seen it so many times, and it's just, and while $197 isn't particularly expensive, there's enough skin in the game here that'll hopefully keep you engaged long enough to start seeing results, start getting really consistent. And that's what it's about, right? All I care about is that you stick with this, you're doing the right things for your body, you're part of a very supportive community, and we have your back. And you start making progress and you start making changes, and I've been fortunate enough to be part of a lot of transformations over the years, and it's obviously why I do what I do here, because just so many of us just living just kind of subpar lives, average to poor health. You don't feel great. You don't feel great about yourself. You don't move well. You're not particularly strong. 20, 25 years ago, you were probably at your peak and, life got in the way and sitting for hours and hours and commuting and stress from everything else, right? Your body starts to crumble a little bit. I'm telling you guys, we're not meant to live this way. We're really not. I was married for 8.5 years, did not take care of myself. It wasn't a happy marriage. And, I dedicated all of my time and energy to my kids, and, we had the house and I had a nice stable job and, on paper living the American dream, but I was really unhappy. And part of my unhappiness was that I just didn't spend any time on myself. And I've shared a few pictures over the years of my, me 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And, I'm not a big guy, I'm about 6 feet, 190 pounds. So, I've always had a hard time. I mean, I've never really been quote unquote fat or particularly overweight, but I've certainly looked like a pile of shit, just soft and mushy with no muscle. And I felt terrible, kind of slumped over walking through. I mean, I can just remember like walking through the grocery store, just my head down, miserable, not looking at anybody, feeling like, just lousy, no confidence. And, I actually see it often today when I'm out in the store, shopping. I can usually see a husband trailing behind a wife, and you can just tell by the looks on their faces that they're just unhappy, and he's thinking, man, I just wish I was feeling better about myself. I wish I was in a better situation. I wish I was happier. I wish I was, in better shape physically and feel good about myself. And I wish I had the confidence that I once had years ago. And I'll tell you guys, confidence is something that it comes and goes, but when you have it, real confidence, not arrogance, not cockiness, but just real confidence in yourself, everything in your life just is better. I mean, you make better decisions, better things seem to happen to you. You have more opportunities kind of come to you. And I've seen it in my own life many times. And I've gone through phases of being very confident for long periods of time. And I've also had long periods of time where I felt really crappy about myself and I second guessed everything and I was very unsure. And it's night and day how you go through life and what happens in your life. It really is. And so part of getting that confidence, and obviously it's a much bigger thing than just being fit. But honestly, it can start with turning around your lifestyle, turning around how you're treating yourself, and starting to make physical changes, which lead to changes in every other area of your life. And just imagine looking at yourself in the mirror for the first time in 15 years and saying, "Damn, man, I see those muscles I haven't seen in forever," or "Damn, I look pretty good," because honestly, a lot of guys can't do that. They look in the mirror and they're like, "Ugh, I wish I was in a better shape," and then nothing happens, and then you go through another month, and as month turns into 6 months, and 6 months turns into 5 years, and you're still in the same place or worse, Okay. This isn't a sneaky way to pitch you on this challenge, although it may sound like it. It's just, I'm just sharing, this is my personal belief on this stuff. I'm a big proponent of being happy. I really believe that it's, our lives are so short. And if you start spending it, or you're spending it unhappy or worse, miserable, feeling trapped, stuck, all those emotions that come with that, you have to change it. And I'm not saying this challenge is a solution to all that. Of course it's not. But I'm saying a lot of it can start with changing your body. And you got to start somewhere, right? What better place to start something like that is other than with a group of guys, led by me who, I'm a regular dude. I mean, I'm not some crazy fitness guru. I'm a regular dad, just turned 50. I've been fit for the last, 25, 30 years, whatever it is. And it's just part of my life, and I just, I honestly believe in taking care of yourself. And those are the things that I share in my groups and with my clients is just real life stuff that's going to help you get fit and stay there. So if that sounds like something that you're ready for, I'm happy to have you. fitdadnation.com/project 45. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want more information, check out the Fit Dad Basecamp group on Facebook. And don't forget to stop by fitdadnation.com. Until next time, keep kicking ass and taking the next step. You can do this, Dad.